In this lecture, we will discuss about specification error. What do you mean by specification error? We will then discuss consequences of including irrelevant explanatory variable, consequences of excluding important variable. We will also discuss the solution, the correction for omitted explanatory variable. Good morning everybody. Today we will discuss about specification error. Now objective of this session is to make the people to understand the causes and consequences of specification error, analyze regression result for possible specification error, explain different test procedure to detect the presence of specification error. Now before going to the analysis, let us note that before any equation can be estimated, it must completely be specified. Broadly speaking, specifying an econometric equation consists of the following: choosing the correct explanatory variable, choosing the correct functional form, and choosing the correct form of the error term. Specification error in a simple regression model can arise in a number of ways. First of all, we can have omission of a relevant explanatory variable, inclusion of irrelevant explanatory variable, adopting wrong functional form, or it may be possible that explanatory variable may be endogenous. So, let us start with the basic idea. Let us consider the multivariate regression model yi equal to beta 1 plus beta 2 x2i plus beta 3 x3i plus beta k xki plus ui, where expectation of the error term ui is equal to 0, covariance between ui and x2i, covariance between ui and x3i, similarly covariance between ui and xki, all are 0. Variance of ui is constant and represented by sigma square, and covariance of ui is ui uj equal to 0, and ui follows normal with 0 mean and variance sigma square. And also there exists no multicollinearity or perfect multicollinearity among the explanatory variable. Now let me start with the discussion about omission of a relevant explanatory variable. Now let the true model be yi equal to beta 1 plus beta 2 x2i plus beta 3 x3i plus ui, but somehow we have not included x3i. It may be possible that we do not have any information that x3i influences yi. Alternatively, it may be also possible that data on x3i is not available. So, we have fitted and a model where yi is explained only as a function of x2i, and we have written down yi equal to beta 1 plus beta 2 x2i plus vi. Now, if we estimate the true model, then beta 2 measures the effect of or beta 2 measures the net effect of x2 on y, since the influence of x3 is included in the model. When we omit a relevant variable x3, since beta 2 includes the net effect and the impact of omitted variable x3 on y, we call this the indirect effect. And as a result, beta 2 will be biased. So, you can see that if we exclude the relevant explanatory variable, the resulting estimate of the coefficient of the included explanatory variable will be biased. Now, the sign of the bias will depend on expected sign of the coefficient of the excluded variable and also the sign of the degree of correlation between the excluded and included explanatory variable. If there is no relationship between x2 and x3, then beta 32 is 0 and there is no bias. If beta 32 is non-zero, then the extent of bias will not vanish even if we extend our sample size to infinity, implying beta 2 is not only be biased but also be inconsistent as well. Now consider the variance of the estimator. Under the fitted model, variance of beta 2 equal to sigma square by sigma x2i square, where small x2i square is basically the deviation of x2i from its mean value x2 bar. And the variance of the true model is sigma x3i square divided by sigma x2i square multiplied by sigma x2i square minus x2i x3i whole square multiplied by sigma square. Thus, we see that estimated variance of the underfitted model is less given the fact that there is some degree of correlation between the included and the excluded explanatory variable. This will likely to affect the test of hypothesis. So, to sum up, if the left out variable is correlated with the included variable, the coefficient attached to the included variable is biased. The coefficient is also inconsistent. The bias does not disappear as the sample size gets bigger. So, you find that under these circumstances, if you have omitted relevant explanatory variable, the resulting estimator of the included explanatory variable will not only be biased but also be inconsistent. Similarly, variance of the included variable is generally smaller, and confidence interval and testing of hypothesis may be misleading. So, in this case, the exclusion of relevant explanatory variable from the setup regression not only affect biasness of the estimator but also have some implication on the test of hypothesis. Now, in the next step, discuss the concept of inclusion of an irrelevant explanatory variable. Suppose the true model is yi equal to beta 1 plus beta 2 x2i plus ui, but we have included an additional variable x3i into the model and estimated the model yi equal to beta 1 plus b1 plus beta 2 x2i plus beta 3 x3i plus vi, where x3i is included in the overfitted model. In this case, we will find that expectation of B2 are unbiased. However, estimates are now inefficient, that is, variance will generally be larger. Now, this basically implies variance of beta 2 inefficient and variance of beta 2 is in the true model is variance of beta 2 equal to sigma square by sigma xi square, and variance of B2 in the overfitted model equal to sigma x3i square divided by sigma x2i square sigma x3i square minus sigma x2i x3i whole square multiplied by sigma square. As a result, estimated t value will be smaller and we run the risk of not rejecting a false null hypothesis. So, here also we find that biasness property as well as testing of hypothesis property of the estimator will be affected. So, does this suggest therefore it is better to include relevant explanatory variable than to exclude relevant one? No, because it will imply a loss of efficiency of the estimator, including irrelevant explanatory variable due to higher estimated variance, and also will result in loss of degrees of freedom. At the same time, you may have problem of multicollinearity. So, it is not always desirable to include irrelevant explanatory variable because it may result in loss of degrees of freedom and it will affect the efficiency property of the estimator and also may result in problem of multicollinearity. Now, let us make some comparison of the bias and variances. And you can see that if you have omitted relevant explanatory variable, then there will be some extent of bias and variance should decrease. On the other hand, if you include irrelevant explanatory variable, then there will be no bias, but variance will be higher, and as a result, test of hypothesis may be affected. Now, in theory, the solution to the problem of specification bias seems to be easy. Add the omitted variable to the equation. Unfortunately, that easier said than done for a couple of reasons. Omitted variable bias is hard to detect. The amount of bias introduced can be small and not immediately detectable. And secondly, even if it has been decided that a given equation is suffering from omitted variable bias, question is, how do you choose between these variables? One possibility is that expected bias analysis. Now, expected bias basically mean the likely bias that omitting a particular variable would have caused in the estimated coefficient of one of the included variable. Expected bias can be estimated from the relation, that is, expected bias is basically the product of the coefficient of omitted explanatory variable, and it will also depend on the degree of correlation between the included and omitted explanatory variable. When do we have a viable candidate for this case? When we see that the sign of the expected bias is same as the sign of the unexpected result. Similarly, when we find that these signs differ, the variable is extremely unlikely to have caused the unexpected result. In this lecture, we have discussed about the specification error. We have discussed what do you mean by specification error. We then have concentrated on consequences of including irrelevant explanatory variable, the consequences of omitting relevant explanatory variable, and then discuss the solution correction for an omitted explanatory variable.